Hey guys, welcome back to Tip Tuesday. My name is Matthew Sturkey with Stone Mill Log and Timber Homes. Thanks for joining us this week. Today I was talking to a client who was trying to select chink and stain colors for their log home project. And I thought that today would be a good time to talk about how to properly and how to go about selecting those right chink and stain colors. What process do you go through in making those selections? Because it's really important that you take your time and that you do a lot of things to make sure that you're selecting the right colors. So what would you do if you were trying to select the right stain color and complementary chink colors? Now, if you're doing a log on log profile, you don't need to worry about chink color. But if you're doing the chinked profile, you need to be considerate of making those selections. So what things go into it? Well, first, you would use what we call sample cards or stain boards. As you can see here, we have a stain board not only in our models, but also online that you can look at just to get a better feel for what color direction you're going to go. This is just the first step in kind of making that decision of what color palette, what direction you want to go. Are you going to go more gray or are you going to go more brown? So with the sample cards, with the brochures, with any type of online resource to make selections, I would not encourage you to make a selection based on this. I would use this to make a selection on a color palette or to make a selection on several colors to test out. So with the stain board or with the brochure, with the stain cards, you would say, all right, I want to see what weathered wood and driftwood would look like if I'm going in a gray tone, or what mahogany or chestnut or hazelnut would look like if I'm going more in a brown tone. So once you make those initial selections, then you're going to want to do what we call brush outs. And brush outs where you're actually getting sample bottles of stain and clear coat, and you're getting wood samples. We can send for our clients, we can send wood samples of Doug fir and yellow pine so that you can do your brush outs on the actual wood species that you're going to be using. It's really important that when you're doing brush outs, you do your brush outs on the actual wood species that you're going to be using in your home. Also, make sure that it's of the right texture. So you wouldn't want to do a brush out on a hand-hewn surface if your log walls are going to be smooth plain. So it's really important to get the right wood species and also to get the right texture of how a log home is going to be finished, whether it's a smooth plain or whether it's a hand hewn. So after you've done brush outs will help you really kind of hone in on that selection and really start to narrow down what color you're going to lean towards. You also want to be considerate of other things that are going into your home. For example, what's your roofing color going to be? If you're doing a metal roof, what color are you going to be doing for your metal? Is it going to be black? Therefore, you might want to consider, if you're doing a clad window, you might want to consider the window sashes and frames to be black as well, and then your stain color to complement that on all those other choices. What are some of your other finishes going to be with your window and door trim and some of your railing material and your porch material? So how does that all complement and blend together? Don't just look at the stain color logs by itself. Look at how it complements other parts of your home and the colors that you're going to be selecting your hardware and all your finishes for the rest of the home. As you can see with this picture, everything really goes together nice, from the color of the metal roof to the brown tone on the color of the sashes and frames of the windows to the stain color that was chosen for these logs, and how the chinking color, is kind of the same color palette. Doesn't stand out too much, but it does provide some unique color tone for the structure. So really important to use the stain boards for kind of making a selection on different colors to test. Then you get your brush outs done. And then even before you do your application, when the applicator is actually on site, it's probably a good idea to test out the stain color in an area that is not going to be visible. Make sure it's exactly what you want before you go in and stain the entire house that color. So that you can make sure that it is the color that you want. So those are just 3 steps. The brochures, the stain boards to make a color palette choice or to make a selection of several colors, then do your brush outs, and then do kind of a test brush out in the field before doing your actual stain application. Hopefully this has been helpful. Please feel free to contact us anytime. We have tons of resources. You can go online to our website and look at different homes that we've done in the photo gallery. You can reach out to your sales consultant. They can tell you what colors were used on certain projects, what stain and chink combinations were used, so that we can better help you make those right decisions for your home. Hopefully this has been helpful today. Thanks for joining us for Tip Tuesday. We look forward to you joining us for more Tip Tuesday next week. Until then, as always, stay safe and healthy and take care.